And we're back on the streets with Reverend Bree. If you remember, last year we were here to find out what Christ meant in Christmas. This year, we're here to decide what our responsibility is to the least of these during this Christmas holiday. So tell me your name.
It's Vicki. Hi.
Hi, Miss Vicki. I have a question for you. Tell me your responsibility to the least of these during this Christmas season.
Okay. The least of these. These what?
The people. Tell me what your responsibility is for those who are less fortunate.
Well, I'm a giver, and I love to cook. So normally during the holiday season, I like to fix food and go out in the neighborhood and feed my neighbors, strangers. It really doesn't matter. And I got that from my mom because she's a giver, and we like to just cook and feed people, make sure they have something to eat. You know, if they're clothesless and we have extra clothes, we're givers. So that's what we do, we give.
So you're telling me it's not always about spending money. You give out of whatever you have to make sure those who are less fortunate have something more than they had before they met you.
Exactly. And again, it's not always about money, because whatever you do, as long as you're doing it from the heart, that's what matters.
To proclaim that salvation story.
Amen. So you're telling us that it's our responsibility to share a message that we get all year during a time when people may be open to hear it?
Amen.
Amen.
And as far as Christmas right now, we're just collecting toys and some clothes for some of these foster children. I've actually maybe just bought about 4 gifts right now, just trying to get through Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it should be year-round, not just the Christmas season. So I think that's sometimes lost, but it's good for people who don't do it year-round to also get involved and do things for others, whether you go to a soup kitchen around Christmas time or even make donations. I know at my job we're always giving for the Giving Tree, so I know those are popular around this time of year. But I think it's a great time during Christmas, but it should happen all year too.
I agree. So, Ms. Sherilyn, tell me something. What is your responsibility during this Christmas season for the least of these?
My responsibility is to make sure that I donate. I do the Salvation Army Angel Tree. We do that at my company. And I give money to my church. I give to the food bank at my church. We have a closet where we gather blankets and things like that. I always have people around downtown that I feed. I always try to make sure I feed somebody. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. I always try to make sure I smile or say hello. My mother always told me it doesn't cost you anything to say hello. And I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, why do you turn off from the people that are homeless? I said, it doesn't cost you anything to say hello. I said, how would you feel if every day people avoided eye contact with you because they thought you were going to ask them for something? And so I always try to make sure I say hello. I always try to make them feel like they're a part of this community. I'm real. You see, I feel like crying now. I just try to embrace them, especially during the holidays, because they don't have anybody. So
that sounds good. It sounds like you're telling me we have a responsibility beyond Christmas because of who Christ has been to us.
Exactly. I've been very blessed. I remember there was a time when I was like, Lord, when am I going to get to the good part? And now I've been blessed, and I'm receiving. So I have to give.
Sounds good. Hang on in there until you get to the good part. That's your message, huh?
Yes.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.